Wait.
No.
You're blowing my mind.
We had a parking lot and we had we had like multiple sports fields.
We have like a field. On the field, like usually on the edge of the field, there's like an obstacle course and there's like a place where you have to climb a rope, which I could never do and it was so embarrassing. Like monkey bars.
We had like ropes in the gym.
No.
Yeah, no.
And there's like a wall you have to climb over, and there's like a bar you have to lift yourself up on and spin on, and you have to do a crab walk across it. Is this am I a crazy person? Wait, guys, tell me please.
We would have like a day
listening
of the year called like a field day. Remember you didn't have that field day?
I don't know.
Where it would be like the whole day would be like kind of gym type competitions, races, relay races.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had field days.
You got to run the mile.
I hate field days.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Those kind of things. Yeah.
No, this was like PE. Like you would do this in PE. It was like a often like common occurrence.
No.
What? Okay. She just blew my mind. Anyway, I went onto this obstacle course, but the walls are like 4 feet that you have to climb over. And me and my friends, these two girls, we went behind.
Swear word. I was like,
we're in the swear words.
When is this kiss going to happen? I was like, I forgot.
Told you the kiss story.
It's all blend. Yeah.
So we go behind this little 4-foot wall that we usually jump over for.
And that's where you kissed? Yeah.
No, we did not kiss. But I remember we planned we were all going to say a bad word. And so it was during recess.
You're like, we're going to hide in the woods and say a bad word.
We ran over to the field and we went behind this wall and we crouched down.
We had different childhoods.
And I said, you want to know what I said? We all sat there and stared at each other and I go, bitch. I like
staring into each other's eyes.
I don't remember the words they said. I think it was like damn or something. Like it wasn't even that bad of words. But I just remember, I think we went there because there was graffiti on the back of that 4-foot wall that had bad words on it. So we're like, this is the place.
This is the place where all the cool kids go to say bad words.
Yeah. I remember it so vividly. Like,
where had you heard that word before?
I don't know. Probably like TV randomly or something. I don't know.
The Bible.
Not the Bible. What? No, I'm just sure somewhere along the lines of life, I heard it somewhere. But listen, I don't know. I just know that it's time to say thank you to our next sponsor. So that's what I'm going to do. We love this next sponsor. They're good old friends of ours because we talk about them all the time and we use them all the time. We've been using them for forever. It is, of course, the Calm app. Mm-hmm. You guys, I have some bad news. Bad news up here. And that is that the world is full of uncertainty. And that might leave you feeling stressed or anxious. But I also have good news, love. Do you want some good news?
Yes, please.
The good news is you can navigate change, feel more relaxed, and quiet your mind with Calm. So that's the good news. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the bad news doesn't even really exist because it's fixed with the good news. We're partnering with Calm, the #1 mental wellness app, to give you the tools that improve the way you feel. Clear your head with guided daily meditations, improve your focus with Calm's curated music tracks, and drift off to dreamland with Calm's imaginative sleep stories. And if you go to calm.com/RCE, you'll get a limited time offer of 40% off a Calm premium subscription, which includes hundreds of hours of programming and new content is added every week. Guys, that's a bigger deal than I got because I started using Calm before we worked with them.
I'm still paying full price.
Pay full price. And you guys are getting a deal. It is worth it. It's really wonderful. I've said it before. I'll say it again. We use Calm all the time. I used it just the other night when I was having a stressful night, panicking about so many things. And I just put on a guided meditation and closed my eyes and let my mind try to relax.
I did that it's helpful. In my lunch break at work in my trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, so we use it all the time. It really does help. It's super nice. Even on the nights where I can't fall asleep no matter what I do, it just helps to get my mind off of all the things I'm stressed about and helps me to calm down a little bit. So it's an appropriate name for the app because it does help you to stay calm. So sleep more, stress less, live better with Calm. For listeners of the show, Calm is offering a special limited time promotion of 40% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/RCE. Go to calmdotcom/RCE for 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library. That's calm.com/RCE. Oh, we love them so much. I have more first, love. There's more for us here.
Seriously?
There's more. Okay. Who is the first person you text when something exciting happens?
You.
Is it? Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
You're not, because I'm always with you. So I just talk to you.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
But the first person I text when something exciting happens is usually Jessica Ballinger, my sister-in-law, because I'm with you. But she's like the best hype man. Like anytime anything exciting happens, I like want to tell Jessica because she's like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Like she's like amazing at that. Like I feel like my whole life,
sounds like
since
her.
I've known her since I was like 12 or whatever, she's such like a hype man. Like for anything exciting, she's just like, yes, let's do it. This is the best day ever. Like that's just so Jessica. She's a good hype man. So anything exciting, I always tell you, but then I love to tell Jessica because she gets equally as excited as I do.
Imagine texting Flynn. What do you think your first
He's going to text with so many
text
emojis.
to Flynn is going to be?
Love you.
Yeah.
It'll be love you for sure because I'm that mom. I'll be like, did you get my text? He's going to be like, Mom, you're so annoying. He won't though. I feel like he's such a sweetheart. He won't.
What kind of
say things
phone
like
do you
that.
think will be his first phone? Do you think it'll be like
It doesn't exist yet.
chip in his brain?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't even want to think about that. That's terrible.
No, like what do you think phones will be like when will Flynn get a phone?
Well, I think phones are going to go back to like flip phones and type things because people
Like not being
we don't-
smartphones. Like
yeah,
they,
they're gonna be like, I'm
they make
going off the
those.
grid. I know, but I think those are going to become really popular.
Yeah, maybe I need that.
Yeah, I feel like you would love that.
Can you get the comm app on one of those though?
I don't know about that, Lovey. What was your first favorite album? Not your first album because like I don't know if that's going to be your favorite, but what was your first favorite album you can remember?
The first CD
Yes.
my father bought me, I think, was Sheryl Crow.
Oh my gosh!
it was
Here
like
comes
the
the sun.
What?
Didn't she sing?
That's
Or
the
soak up
Beatles.
the sun. That's what I meant.
Yeah. I don't think it was that one.
That was my first concert.
Was it really?
Yeah, Sheryl Crow's my first concert.
Yeah, I think
And that
it
was
was
your first CD. Oh my God, we're meant to be.
Yeah, I think that was like the first CD.
That's so funny.
My first
She's great.
my first concert was Weird Al Yankovic.
I didn't know that, and that's
You did?
amazing.
Yeah, it's a great first concert.
He's wonderful.
Yeah, he's the best. And I loved it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
My first album that I loved. I know I had
Oh.
some CDs, but I loved Jewel. These
was like-
hands are small, I
great.
know, but they're not yours.
We don't have the rights to this. You
I
can't
know,
be
but I
you
just
can't sing
love
it.
that
I think mine was
song.
Beatles. I think like my first favorite album was Beatles.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I taught myself guitar. Was just like playing,
yeah.
learning
That
Beatles
makes sense.
songs. Yeah.
I love Jewel, but I think my first favorite album was Thoroughly Modern Millie. I listened to that on repeat, the musical.
Mm-hmm.
So there were a lot of Broadway shows. I listened to Rent a lot on repeat, but I think I had the cassette tape of Rent. I don't know that I had the CD of Rent. Not that that means anything, but like I had to listen to Rent in private because it was like against the rules in our house.
Oh, really?
So I would like read along with a pamphlet or with like the little foldy out thing that the cassette came with or the CD came with. And I would read along the lyrics when I first listened to a CD. I never just listened. I'd always have to read the lyrics along with it.
I remember loving. We had like Little Shop of Horrors on
Oh, that's great.
VHS, and I would watch it.
Oh,
And I would
that's such a
listen
good one.
to Jesus Christ Superstar. I love
yeah.
that music, as far as musicals go.
Well, Eric grew up in a very musical household. His dad is a very talented musician.
Yes.
So he got exposed to a lot of awesome music very early on. Your first, this one is interesting to me. And it sounds weird, but just trust me. Your first puberty experience, like your first time your voice cracked or just anything that has to do with puberty. That was like your first, like your first armpit hair.
I think I was just going to say, I feel like, have we talked about this?
Maybe.
I remember when my first friend, and I went over for to hang out because he had an above ground pool, which was like
That's very
fancy, attached to his deck. And
Okay.
I remember we just went over to go swimming, and then he like threw me like a ball or whatever, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh my God, he's got armpit hair. Look at this guy.
Oh my gosh, were you
Yeah,
jealous?
so jealous. Yeah, desperately.
How old are
I
you?
remember. I don't
Guess.
know. Like
12, 13?
somewhere in there. Yeah. And he already like full head of hair in his armpits.
Really?
I had nothing, bald. And then I remember like I think in my armpit like getting like just one singular like one hair all on its own, but like super long. And I was like, yeah, so excited.
You were so excited.
Yeah.
Like show it off to everyone.
And comb it.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What is
remember.
this question?
I think it's interesting because, like, I remember
I think
when
it was that.
I remember getting the chesticles and it hurting. I remember it hurting. And I remember it like, they get sore.
Yeah, you had you had a bit in your live show about a journal entry where you drew a cartoon of boobs popping out. And
I was like, my boobs are popping out and they're killing me. Yeah, I was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does hurt, which like is so interesting. And I will admit, it's very similar to like the pain I felt when I was pregnant with Flynn. And my boobs got sore. Like that's the type of pain it was. It was like a very sore, tender feeling. But that wasn't what I was going to say. But I do remember that just being very painful. And like, I hated shopping for a bra. It was so awkward. It wasn't exciting to me. And getting my period was awful, not
strange
fun.
And like obvious. Like
it's just, isn't it interesting?
Bizarre.
And I'm not trying to go down any kind of political road because I know people hate when we bring up anything political, but like, it is very interesting to me that the stuff girls go through with puberty, you're taught to be ashamed of and like, oh, it's so embarrassing I have to get a bra. Oh, it's so embarrassing I got my period. Oh, it's so embarrassing I have to learn how to shave my legs and my armpits. And guys are like taught to be proud. Like, oh, I got an armpit hair. That's so cool. Like guys are taught it's cool when you go through those puberty things. And for girls, it's like so embarrassing and like, oh, don't talk about it. No one's allowed to know. And you're like, look at my singular hair on my pit.
We thought it was pretty cool when y'all started getting boobs.
Okay.
we're like, cool. Like, we thought that was pretty cool. What do you mean?
But they're not for you, first of all.
I don't care. Relax.
But I'm just saying. It's interesting that society teaches girls to be ashamed and embarrassed, and you need to look young and stay young. And guys is like, yeah, you're a man now. And girls is like,
owners.
Stupid.
No, I don't. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah,
you're disagreeing?
I would never.
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting to think about. But the story, I didn't even tell my story yet. My first experience with puberdacia was my legs started getting hairy, like a dark hair.
How old are you?
I'm 12, 11. I got my period when I was 14, but like my legs started getting hair on them when I was like 12 or something. And so I remember I stole my mom's razor because I didn't want to tell her I was embarrassed. And I shaved my legs and I was like, she'll never know. But I remember we were leaving my favorite Chinese restaurant and I remember exactly where I was. We're walking through the parking lot. I was wearing shorts and my mom goes, Colleen May Ballinger, did you shave your legs? And she said it like all out in the parking lot. I was so embarrassed. And I was like, yeah, so. I was so embarrassed because I had to steal her razor to do it. She's like, why did you tell me I'd help you? And I was like, I didn't want to.
Did you do it like dry, like by the graffiti wall or something?
I did it in the shower dry. I've always shaved my legs dry.
Yeah.
Not.
It's pretty aggressive.
Every once in a while I'll use some fancy things, but not usually. Usually I'm like, I don't got time. Erik says I'm like Edward Scissorhands in the shower.
It's like Sweeney Todd in there.
Okay, we're almost done. First, this might be a weird one. I don't know that you'll have an answer to this. First religious experience? Like, have you had like anything where you like I'll give you mine. Like I was raised in a religious home, a Christian home. And I was taught in Sunday school that in order to go to heaven, which was the good place, and not the burning horror place, you had to accept Jesus into your heart. You had to ask Jesus to live in your heart. And I was 3. And I feel like that's a very heavy concept for a 3-year-old to understand. Like you're either when you die, you're either going to go burn forever, or you can just ask Jesus to live in your heart and you can live in a golden, beautiful, shiny, perfect place where people are singing forever. Like obviously as a 3-year-old, I was like, well, I'm going to that place. So I'll just ask this Jesus person to come in my heart. And it's one of my first memories. 3 is very young. Like think about Flynn's age. Like Flynn is 2.5. Like this is I would not explain this to Flynn. I would not be like, do you want to burn forever? Anyway,
this is all where it's all going swimmingly. And then you're like, all right, we're going to end on pubes and religion. Tell me your pubes story. That's
the name of this episode, Pubes and Religion. No, okay, let me just finish. Okay.
All right.
So anyway, I'm not getting into that, but I do remember I had a tiny pink rocking chair that was like, maybe 1.5 feet tall. It was a very small little chair in my room. And I was like, okay, I'm going to ask this Jesus guy to come live in my heart. He lives in heaven right now, which is up pretty high. So I got on top of my little tiny chair, my little pink chair, because I was like, I'm higher now. So now I'm closer to him. And I put my hands together. I remember this vividly. Put my hands together and I said, Dear Jesus, please live in my heart. Thank you. Amen. And I ran out to my parents And I was like, Mom, I asked Jesus to live in my heart. And I remember her being so excited. And my dad was so excited. Everyone was so happy for me, so excited for me, so proud of me. And I remember really believing that a time